right, folks, here we go. This will be the final bout on our prelim portion of the card. And here we go. It's going to go down inside the AKA Middleweight Kickboxing Division. This fight being brought to you by J&K Trading Cards and Collectibles. At this time, please welcome your first fighter to the cage. Put your hands together for Terri Wise.
One of the best nicknames I think we've seen, Terri Dactyl Wise. A kickboxer representing the TCB Army, 6'2", 185, representing Rogers, Arkansas. Terri Wise. Tell you what, this young man had a ton of energy last night. He's one of those high energy guys, has a lot of faith in himself. Excited to see Terri Wise once again.
Absolutely. Terri, y'all gonna remember my name, Wise. This guy comes out and scraps. Last time we saw him, showed a solid skill set. He was saying afterwards that he didn't have the moment that he wanted to. Let's see if he can make it happen tonight. He's got a tough matchup in front of him, but I like this matchup. Both guys relatively long. We've seen Terri in here before. We know he's got a solid skill set. Looking forward to seeing him try to put it to work tonight.
Yeah, ready to see Terri step back into the AKA cage, led out by TCB Army head coach Aaron Kimball. Third fight of the night for TCB, 2-0 so far. Obviously, Sam Simmons and Sid Shukurov put on a great show for us just a few fights ago. This will be their final kickboxing matchup of the night. They will have another MMA matchup as they send Kylan Pierce out there to take on Anthony Lewis. But right now it's about Terri Wise. And, listen, Matt, when you tell the matchmaker, the announcer, you're going to remember my name, you got to back it up. So a big moment for him here tonight.
Absolutely. Brings the energy. Terri Wise, a really fun personality, a guy that holds himself accountable too. Even after his last fight, like I said, he came up to me, he's like, man, I didn't have the moment I wanted, but I'm telling you I will. Looking forward to seeing him go out and try to make it happen tonight. Yesterday he hit the scale and he was half a pound over. And he was just mad at himself about it, like, man, darn. His opponent even said, hey, baby, it's all good. He went and ran off that half pound. He said, I'm not about to miss weight. It's not going to be on my record. So I love that about him. Just a good kid with a lot of character, kid with a lot of energy, easy to root for.
I know the TCB Army will be rooting for him here tonight. Terri Wise getting in a quick prayer as he prepares to step into the cage for this middleweight kickboxing matchup against Adrian Mumphrey.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the cage his opponent. Put your hands together for Adrian Mumphrey.
Adrian Mumphrey, kickboxer representing ethos, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and martial arts, 6'5", 185, representing Tyler, Texas. Tall young man match now.
We've seen a lot of height tonight, a lot of range, a lot of length, and typically when we see a lot of long guys, we see a lot of poor technique, not fighting behind their length, but I wouldn't say that's been the case tonight. And Adrian Mumphrey, a young man who's got a little of experience, and a really exciting matchup here as well. The length, both guys are pretty long, but it seems to me that Adrian does have a bit of a height advantage. Let's see if he's able to put it to use tonight.
Yeah, Mumphrey 2-1 as a kickboxer, 0-1 in mixed martial arts. He'll be looking to pick up his third win here tonight against Terri Wise. By the way, that record for Terri Wise, 2-1 in kickboxing as well. He's 1-0 in Muay Thai and 1-0 in mixed martial arts. So as far as the experience goes, these two guys very comparable. Both have 2-1 records as kickboxers. So somebody's going to move to 3-1. Somebody slips to 500 in this matchup. Excited for this one. Excited to see Terri Wise back out there once again, and ready to see the Ethos boys put on a show as Adrian Mumphrey makes those steps up to the cage, absorbing the moment, and he's in there, ready for action on our final fight of the prelims.
Here we go, fight fans. 3 rounds of kickboxing action inside the AKA Middleweight division. This fight being brought to you by J&K Trading Cards and Collectibles in Minden, Louisiana. And now, introducing your first fighter. Fighting into the Bayou Raps blue corner. This man is a kickboxer representing the TCB Army. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Rogers, Arkansas, here is Terri Wise. And now, introducing his opponent. Fighting out of the EMD red corner. This man is a kickboxer representing Ethos, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and martial arts. He stands at a towering 6 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Tyler, Texas, here is Adrian Mumphrey. Your referee in charge of the action when the cage door closes, Mr. Chris Hill.
Chris Hill in there to referee this one. 5th fight of the night, final fight of our prelims. We've got 8 more to go after this, and you don't want to miss our main event. Steve Jones and Yaya Riles getting into action. And straight to the action here between Mumphrey and Wise.
Mumphrey smooth on the circle, circles Wise right into a cross off the bat, switches stances seamlessly. I love how Adrian's just on the move.
Terri trying to run him down, but good movement so far by Mumphrey.
And Mumphrey having good moments, just circling, planting, and sending that straight, no matter which stance he's in. Jab to the body from Mumphrey.
Great work to the body, then follows it up with a kick, and then Wise landed a big right hand.
They both traded crosses. It seemed to me that Wise got the better of it.
Yeah, they certainly both landed their shot, but it did appear as though Terri Wise landed his. We're now 4 for 5
Come
on
on.
low blows. What
Why
is
not?
in the air tonight?
What are the odds?
What are the odds? Pretty high, apparently.
Again, just extends that cross off the move. To me, it's so, I just think some of the most entertaining ways to fight is making a guy move, making a guy find you. It's so difficult to deal with, especially if you don't have great feet. Terri Wise doing a decent job with it thus far, but Adrian Mumphrey definitely finding his moments, circling him into crosses right there. Kind of loops a right hand in from a neutral stance.
There was a good jab in there from Wise as well. 20 seconds to go. Good rip to the body from Mumphrey.
Just the seamlessness of stance switches. I can't even tell what stance he's in, if it's a cross or if it's a jab. Adrian Mumphrey, beautiful combination punching there on the break.
Another good shot from Mumphrey to finish off that first round. Made Terri Wise chase him around the cage the entire time, set up his shots well. I'd say he probably got the better of that first round. Wise did have a really strong right hand in there as well, but the movement from Adrian Mumphrey.
And Wise needs more moments like that. I think he's going to have to sit down on some punches here. Mumphrey just doing such a great job of circling, making him move, and Terri Wise just having a little trouble tracking him. As the round presses on and maybe Terry's able to catch his timing a little bit, or even Adrian starts to slow down, because this is a taxing way to fight.
Yeah, I was actually going to bring that up. How sustainable is it to stay on the move that much? I mean, I know it's, somewhat comparable, but look at the Jake Paul thing. He ran for the first 3 rounds. He gassed out. Like, it is very, very taxing.
Right, and I wouldn't, it's like even more than that, because he's not even necessarily on his back foot. It's like he's kind of running, right?
Yeah.
Or like he's jogging. He's in there. I would be interested to know how much distance he's covered just by circling. But to me, that is a very safe way to fight and keep yourself from getting lined up. Terri Wise was able to line Adrian Mumphrey up maybe once in that round, but it was the movement that made it so difficult. Let's see if he's able to keep that up. Right
He's
now,
got him caged up now.
Exactly.
Wise starting to let it fly. Mumphrey firing right back. Good kick to the body as well. I know they always say cut off the cage, right? Try and cut him off instead of chasing him around, but sometimes that's easy, or easier said than done.
Easier said than done, but there is a way to do it, and for the first round there, Terri Wise was kind of following Adrian rather than cutting him off. He was just kind of circling with him as he was circling, and that's why Adrian is able to sit down and find those straights so effectively.
Mumphrey getting creative with some of those shots here in this second round. Looking at the body. Wise fires back a left hand.
Mumphrey just so fleet on the feet, so spry. This is a better round from Terri Wise.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's what you would expect as the round wears on and it gets a little more taxing to circle left and right. Beautiful combination punching there. Adrian's very impressive to me. I mean, it looks to me like he's got a good set of hands. He's got good range on him as well. Uses his length effectively.
It looked like they were on the other side of the cage from us. So it looked like Wise slipped a good right hand through a moment ago. Mumphrey going back to the body with that kick.
Some of Wise's better moments here.
Well, Mumphrey's not moving around as much. He's getting into a firefight there in close range, and you can see that's when Terri Wise is having success. These boys are letting it fly here at the end of round number 2. Nice combination for Mumphrey to finish things off, though. And eats a left hand.
What a scrap.
Hey, we got a good one on hand here between Adrian Mumphrey and Terri Wise. They go back and forth, especially at the final few seconds of that second round. Here's a good look when Terri Wise kind of had Mumphrey caged up for a moment and got his offense going. Then Mumphrey
had a much better start to the round, had a much better finish. We could even make the argument that Terri maybe won that round. I think it's going to be hard for the judges not to give it to him just because he was the one moving forward, did land some effective strikes, and as we kind of theorized in the last round, as it wears on, gets a little harder to move, and Terri Wise kind of reeling him in here. Still good stuff from Adrian Mumphrey. Still such a unique skill set. I mean, right there, exactly what we're talking about. Working off the circle, planting his feet, firing.
But I would say in this round, Wise was able to get his licks back anytime Adrian got some. In the first round, that wasn't really as much the case. Adrian stayed on the move and out of range. And that round, not as much movement and more action from Terri Wise. I think that round could have gone either way, probably in Wise's favor, though. Could be 1-1 going to the third.
Mumphrey back to the cross, circle, circle, cross. Little dirty boxing there from Terri Wise. Nice sharp jab. Both guys exchanging straights. Adrian Mumphrey gets sat down.
Biggest moment of the fight so far, it comes from Terri Wise as he drops Adrian Mumphrey here in the third.
Another beautiful dirty boxing sequence as they separate. Terri Wise probably lands his best punch of the fight.
He's going to break him apart again. Things have certainly changed as this fight has gone.
Yeah, I seen it.
It was close.
It was gentle, but it was still solid.
That was a love tap. I mean, that was just, hey, I know where they're at. I can get them if I want.
Sometimes those hurt more than anything.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Get your cup clipped. That was. Looks like Terri.
I think it's wise here from Terri Wise to get it going. Don't let Adrian Mumphrey recover so he can get back on that bicycle.
Yep, you're right. 1 minute to go. Good teep up the middle.
And those straights that Mumphrey sends from such odd angles. Again, you see as he's breaking, he just makes that distance and lands that cross. What a fight, though. What a fight.
Great scrap here between Wise and Mumphrey, going back and forth from start to finish. Good right hand from Mumphrey.
And I think the difference tonight is we are getting to see a little bit of toughness from Terri Wise. He's had to overcome some adversity. Mumphrey comes out with a quick start.
Wise starting to pour it on here at the end of round number 3.
Another big straight as he steps back.
You just got to wonder how much energy Adrian used in that first round. You know, things not quite as slick here in this third. These boys are in a firefight now.
These guys are going to end the round forehead to forehead, just exchanging. What a fight. Good stuff back and forth. Terri Wise almost definitely drops the first round, perhaps comes back and reels him in, takes the next two.
Yeah, I mean, if you're evaluating, I think one Mumphrey, 3 Wise. That second round, it's going to depend on how the judges saw that second round. It really is. At least that's my opinion. We'll see what the judges think about it. My opinion doesn't matter that much as far as who gets their hand raised. But either way, treated to a great matchup between these two guys. You got to see Adrian Mumphrey really displaying his game plan in the first half of this fight. Gas tank maybe wore down a little bit, and then Terri Wise getting active on that big left hand when he dropped Mumphrey in the third round. Probably the highlight of the fight.
Absolutely. Good work by both guys. Good stuff, good adjustments. Both guys having to kind of get in their bag a little bit, bring out some different stuff. A very fan-friendly style from Adrian Mumphrey, and Terri Wise just solid as a rock.
The fans here at Live Casino in Bossier City getting treated to some good fights so far. As we are off and running here at AKA 52. Dynamite is into the cage. Let's declare a winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of fast and furious kickboxing action, we are going to the judges' scorecard. Ladies and gentlemen, all 3 judges have seen this bout the same way. Therefore, declaring your winner by unanimous decision. Fighting in the blue corner, Terri Wise.
Great scrap between these two boys. You can assume it's 29-28 on all the judges' scorecards as it goes unanimously. You know, obviously a tough one there for Adrian. He showed some really good skill, but credit to Terri Wise working through that tough first round and getting it going in the final 2.
Absolutely. Good showing by both gentlemen.
Yep, no doubt about it. So Terri Wise moves to 3-1 as the kickboxer Adrian Mumphrey will fall down to 2-2. But we were all treated to a great matchup between those two.